All right. Laomam, game 3, goes Rhino spec, Sledge Arclight start, Ultimate Chaff Clear start. Down here we've got Giant spec Ball Crawler. Is a good start. And that's what gets picked. Okay. I actually wasn't sure if they'd pick that, but it's not a bad start. I mean, Giant spec gives you good flexibility, a lot of cool things you can do with it. It looks like it's going to be a defensive Ball Crawler start, which we don't see that much of, but is actually really good, especially with a Giant spec start. Gives you a bit more room to play with the flexibility of that Giant spec without just YOLOing on one side where any Giants you put down are going to be in a really vulnerable position. Now, obviously, Vertical Sledge, really good against Steel Balls for Laomam. Laomam has Rhino spec that'll come in later, which is obviously beautiful, tangible, 300 supply worth value on round 4. Giant spec, though, you can get so much flexibility. It's a lot more flexible what you can get out of that, right? Unlock Fortress, unlock Melter. And you can also be very clever with what units you unlock in each round to make sure you deny your opponent certain unit drops. Now this Arclight's going to slay. If that Arclight tracked onto the sledge, it would have been so good for Laomam, but not going to happen. Which means you're going to kill basically one ball and all of the crawlers on this right side. Sledges do take a while to die, so you get to kill every single crawler at least, which is really nice. And do a little bit of damage beyond that. Now, this is where things get interesting. I think the balls definitely win. You're actually better off killing that tower later. If there was another Fang squad delaying you here, it would be ideal for Laomam, because you actually don't want to kill that tower. You want them to kill both of your towers, and then as they get on top of you is when you want to get that tower debuff. But these guys have no way of getting that tower in time. They're already much slower, and with the debuff coming in, they can't get there in time. Which means you don't get a paralyze, which means you're in trouble. You're gonna kill one ball, 2 balls, 3. All right, 3 ball kills. I mean, that's cool. You take 300 damage down to 4,200. Not too bad. Not too bad. Oh gosh, sorry. We're still on 2 times speed. My bad. All right, guys. So it's gonna be Phantom Ray, Marksman, Phoenix, or Fire Badger. Ooh, I think in a long-range game like this, the Marksman is definitely pretty tempting. It's going to be the Phoenix pick for HorribleWill. And what do we pick down here? Fire Badger, not so good in such a long-range game. And it's going to be the Phoenix as well. Okay, both sides pick the Phoenix. Phoenix is very fast. I was thinking in a long-range game like this, Marksman might be nice, but I guess with the high-paced start of the Ball Crawler, you're like, oh, he's closing in too quick. Marksman might not be as effective. And it was a level 3 Marksman rather than 2 level 1s. I think you'd rather 2 level 1s. Single level 3, it's okay. Now here we see the pivot. Look at this, Stormcallers. And this is a good way to slow the game down. You say, look, my opponent's trying to defend my super aggro play. He's clumped up, he's vertical sledges. Suddenly, I can pivot from a YOLO sort of army, and especially because I'm far back with it, to a long-ranged army. And interestingly, a sledge commitment comes out of Laomam. Sledge Phoenix commitment. Now, I actually would have stopped going vertical by now. I love 2 verticals to start, unless you really think there's going to be a mass ball commitment. I think it's way better to be horizontal here, but that's just my own personal preference. We do have range, cockpit, energy shield, all available. Cockpit is what I call quantum reassembly. Someone called it that in my Twitch chat early on. It's stuck in my head. We're going to call it that forever. Phoenix are going to start clearing these balls pretty well. Now, Phoenix pair up really nicely with the Sledge Arclight. All of these sledges can clear these crawlers. Those Phoenix are going to start doing big damage. Yeah, these Phoenix are exposed. These Phoenix are exposed. And those Stormcallers did really good. Very decisive round here for HorribleWill. Now the question is, guys, in a long-range game, what do you use Giant Spec for? Melters? Do you go Abyss? You know? Do you go Vertical Abyss because the sledges are lined up like that? I don't know, man. Improved Firepower is an easy pick. You could go Advanced Power System if you plan to close the distance with your opponent. That is generally a good item. I feel like Rooster always takes that pretty much every time it comes up. Improved Firepower is just good for Mustangs. I feel like in a long-range game like this, you're always inevitably going to get into Mustangs. You could just put the damage item on Phoenix so you can one-shot balls, especially with the level balls. If those become level 2 balls, it's going to be very hard to kill. Now, these crawlers are going to try and distract the storms. They will... I think these Stormcallers are still going to fire on these sledges, though. I think this is misplaced. I think the crawlers need to start from here if you want to aggro the left sledges. But I think that the power of this is it lures the army into the middle. And I think that's probably more important than distracting both Stormcaller wave volleys. I could be wrong. And here comes the Vulcan. Giant spec going to Vulcan. Oh, what a surprise, guys. Not surprising at all. It's not a bad way to do it. Now, did the damage item get used, guys? Yes, it did. We've got a level 1 Phoenix there in the middle with the damage item. Now, as I said, those Stormcallers, I think they're going to shoot on the sledges, and they do. Yeah. Not the end of the world, but it's a pretty big volley, man. 2 sledges and an Arclight almost dead immediately. These guys aggro to the left side, so you can kind of see how that's interesting, how that kind of spreads the units over the left. These crawlers will come in as delayed chaff. I don't think they're going to be there in time to save the tower, funnily enough. Phoenix does kill their Phoenix. The Vulcan goes down, which means... Oh, the crawlers save the tower just in time, which means you get to clear out this right side. And it's all about, if those 2 Phoenix can't kill you, you will win the trade. And this is actually better paralyzed timing, I think. Look at this. Because they're going to arrive, get in range, and they're going to get paralyzed. Oh, perfect timing for Laomam. Laomam's like, yo, have fun not one-shotting my Phoenix, idiot. Because that's how these guys talk, guys. If you play games competitively enough, just remember, eventually you start talking like yeah, get wrecked. I banged your mom last night. Like, you basically become a little 12-year-old internet gremlin. You become the average Call of Duty player. Nice little win there for Laomam. Saves their life a little bit. You know, they were getting a bit too much damage stacking up, so that's an important round win. And we're going to go straight for Super Supply. It's pretty early. Round 4 Super Supply is hard to say no to, and both sides will take it. It's pretty early, so I think it's a pretty good choice. Rhino in the back, level 2 Rhino. Oh, now there's so many questions I have now, guys. Like, what are you using for chaff clear, Laomam? The balls just got sold, guys, and the balls never got leveled, and one of the balls already got sold. So it looks like we've got to pivot into Vulcan Marksman here. Range on the Phoenix. Oh, sorry, Vulcan Phoenix, I should say. 1 Vulcan on the right. Phoenix have range. It's just going to be a bit more chaff, I think, on this right side. And also, mobile beacon. What's that for? Oh, that's interesting. So specifically trying to send the ball crawler to the left side. Okay, that's interesting. Now, I really wonder... Oh, man. Did we just see an Arclight come down? Oh, wow. Wait. Laomam's going Arclights? In this game? Against... So for me, I always feel like the Vulcan is just going to wreck Arclights in a chaff clear role. I feel like committing to Arclights in this sort of game feels like a bit of a dead end, but we did sell the sledgehammers. So it looks like if we're selling the sledgehammers, you need something for the chaff clear. I guess Arclight will eventually cut the mustard, even if they don't have range yet. And you can see that volley on the left, dude. That first Stormcaller volley is slaying that left side. Needs to get rid of that. Rhino's going to run in and tank really well. The Phoenix are doing some damage, but remember, no damage item for HorribleWill's Phoenix, which means that Rhino tanks like a mother trucker and does once again break through that right side here in round 4. Just adding the extra tankiness needed. But Crawler's still delaying. And this time you get a much earlier paralyze. Is it a positive though? Because now it feels like the paralyzed timing is going to work the other way around. Yes, you get 1 Phoenix. Can you get 2? 2 Phoenix before the paralyze goes down is knife. Nice. It's knife. It's knife, I say. Stabbing my opponent in the... No. The Phoenix will win though. Yeah, nice paralyzed timing there. So that's going to be interesting. I really feel like even if you click range on your Arclights, you're going to struggle in this head-to-head as Laomam. You guys let me know, what would you do here in this situation? Is Mustangs the play? I was about to say, is Mustangs the play? Hey, Dot, how you doing? The wife has returned home. So we've got 3 Mustangs offered, and the Vulcan player, HorribleWill, takes them. I feel like there's quite a few Fangs on the board. They're decent chaff clear, they're decent against Storms, they're decent against Phoenix. Mustangs seem tempting to me, but the other options are Wasp, Sabers, and Marksman. I don't know if this is a Marksman game. I don't think you have enough good chaff clear. You're going to lose. Like if you go Marksman here, it's like you've already invested in Phoenix. It doesn't make sense. So that might be the play. Wait. What did we take? Guys, am I blind? What did we take? Or did we just sell something? I feel like Laomam's in big trouble. Okay, Lao takes this level 5 saber, sells the level 5 saber, and goes double fort. Okay, I was going to say we need to do something big and we need to do it soon. Anti-air fortresses. Okay, guys, it is time to roll the dice. I have my little bag of dice right here, and that is essentially Laomam saying, I'm pretty screwed in this position. You're probably going to have range Vulcans coming out. You've got Phoenix. I can't... What's the standard counter to that is Wasp Chaff. Wasp Chaff is worthless because you just got a Mustang drop, and you need to roll the dice and hope that that Fortress anti-air, that's the sound of my dice pouch. You need to hope these Fortress anti-air actually hit the target, which is 50-50. They may completely whiff, or they could one-shot these Phoenix. The level 2 Phoenix have a bit of a chance of surviving. The level 1 Phoenix, they drop like flies if they get hit by these missiles. It's going to be dice rolling. But look at that. Oil goes down on both sides, but that's going to burn up the chaff on this right side pretty hard. The Vulcan with range. And oh my gosh, he paid for extended range as well already. Already paying for extended range. Did HorribleWill. HorribleWill has momentum and wants to finish this game. Anti-air missile on the left cleared the level 2 immediately. One of the squads on the right goes down immediately. We have a Phoenix and a Rhino diving through the middle, specifically so that he actually sets himself on fire. That's a cool move, man. But the fort on the left goes down. Fort on the right. We need another missile. Need another missile. And it does take out the last Phoenix. Okay. The Fortress anti-air missiles were good enough, guys. Anti-air missiles are pretty decent. On average, I'd say they're pretty decent. When they land really well, they're amazing. And when they don't land at all, it's the worst ability of all time. I'd say that was an 8 out of 10 as far as anti-air missile volleys go in terms of performance. Worked out nicely. I think the trick might be making sure they fire when the enemy Phoenix are stationary. Because I think if the enemy Phoenix are still marching into battle and haven't stopped to shoot, it's much easier to hit them. If they've stopped shooting, much easier to hit them. If they're still moving, a lot more will miss. And we've got the enhanced upgrade ability coming in. Free upgrade on this fortress is, oh, that's really good. That's really good. Yeah, and obviously these Phoenix with their long range are stopping pretty far back. So another fortress goes down. Now keep in mind, problem with going anti-air barrage, your other upgrades will be more expensive. But that is going to be nice. Fortress is very tanky. But what's lacking... You could say range on these Phoenix is lacking, but you pay for enhanced range, temp range. You've got 3 Phoenix squads. Your Rhino is now going to go to the left because you're expecting a counter to it on the right side. And here come... Who goes Wasps against Fortress? Okay, the idea being that the Wasps are so fast, they'll run past and the missiles will miss. Is this a thing? This shows how little I know about Mechabellum, guys. I've played over 400 hours. I've cracked the top 150 players in the game. I've cast dozens and dozens of hours of top players. Going Energy Shield Wasps as a reaction to Anti-Air Fortress may be the craziest move I have ever seen. HorribleWill, are you drunk or are you actually a genius? And the missiles are missing. It completely baits the first volley. It completely baits the first volley. And the second volley will annihilate them. Actually, a few of them are still standing and there's not much other anti-air clear, so they're still even absorbing Phoenix shots after that. HorribleWill is an absolute mad lad. What a psychopath. Is this working? No, it's not. I think HorribleWill might be drunk. Did he actually do this? He went advanced. Oh, he went advanced power. Did he pay for movement? He paid for movement speed and advanced power. Oh, so by buffing them up to 22 movement meters a second, he's specifically basically hitting the NOS on the Wasps. He's putting them in overdrive and just saying, dodge the missiles. Mad lad. Absolute mad lad. Normally, I go level 2, I go elite Wraith with repair to tank the missiles, to let my Phoenix survive. I didn't even know this was an option to just try and go speed Wasps and dive past. Now, we've got Lightning Storms coming out for one side. The other side appears to have skipped. So I think HorribleWill skipped. I guess Lightning Storm... Dude, as if not Lightning Storm down here in this bottom. There's 2 Phoenix there. I feel like a Lightning Storm here is super money. But that damaged Phoenix and Rhino are once again get a mobile beacon to the left side. He sold a fortress, put the enhancement module on another fortress. Dude, the free money item, that has given 400 value, which means so far it's 100 supplies in the positive. If he can sell this fortress next turn, make another few fortresses, level up another one, it's going to keep on giving him value. You don't need your forts to be leveled that much usually. Money is the big problem when you're building expensive giants like this. So this enhancement module is massive. Unfortunately, he's about to deal with Vulcan Melter, the great destroyer of worlds. Now, there are anti-air Mustangs out, guys. People were mentioning that before in chat. I didn't have time to mention it. They will intercept some missiles. I don't know if that's good or how many missiles they actually intercept. We are also seeing a mobile beacon where he's just trying to run around to try and dodge the lightning storm with that Phoenix Mustang crawler because he knows there's going to be a lightning storm on the right side. Good prediction. HorribleWill there. Barriers have gone down, but they're not going to do too well against the Melters. Melters don't have EMP barrage yet. Lightning storm. It doesn't hit the Wasps. It doesn't hit the Wasps. The Wasps got through. Okay. Left side, most of those do go down. I feel like you need some Mustangs or something for these Wasps. It's just so frustrating. You really don't want to do that. Second round of anti-air missiles goes out, and it still doesn't clear that many of these Wasps. Dude, these Wasps are doing a surprisingly shocking job of holding on. It's not a cheap investment. It's 400 supplies of Wasps plus the shield upgrade, but it is holding them back a bit. Fortress is getting locked here. The Vulcans go down, though. I think the Phoenix with a bit of chaff left over should be more than enough for these Melters. And you can see these Phoenix on the right side. Take down Melter number 1. They should lose to Melter number 2, but it's going to be a close fight. They're going to get it really low. Yeah, that Melter's one shot from death, and there's so many Phoenix left over. Dude, Fortress, Phoenix, Arclights do have range as well, so the Arclights are doing a decent enough chaff clear job. HorribleWill's in big trouble. I thought he had a big advantage earlier on in this game, but the Fortress is countering his Phoenix. He's not willing to pivot away from Phoenix too hard, which is why he went for the Wasps. And now we've got Orbital Artillery coming down. The Orbital Bombardment. Big AoE spell. Very powerful. I'd be tempted to put it somewhere over here on the left to aim for all these clumped Mustangs. But I think the reason he's putting it on the right is to try to catch the Phoenix, I guess. But of course, he's sold out of most of his Phoenix now. He swapped to Melter Vulcan, which is the right call. It means the anti-air Fortress is a bit of wasted money. Is he going to sell the level 2 Fortress is the question to get the value. Because if you sell that fort, you can put the item on the other fort, get a free upgrade, and then you can even like elite recruit or something like that to get it back. We'll see. Range, Phoenix have come in. Sorry, this chat opens up just from you hovering over it sometimes. It's very annoying. Energy shield on the Southern Phoenix as well. I don't know what that's for. And I still feel a few Mustangs in the mix might be nice on the Fortress side to clear the Mustangs, clear the Fangs. We've got range or Fang production available. Range can be really good on Fortresses because it allows them to actually shoot the Melters and Vulcans a bit quicker. But it looks like just Fangs. He's just going delayed Fangs. Delayed Fangs coming in. Okay, not a bad call, not a bad call. And Crawler production on the Melters. Guys, Crawler production on the Melters. No EMP barrage. So these 4 Melters are actually going to create 8 Crawlers every 36 seconds, up to 3 times. Subterranean on the Crawlers, so the Crawlers also take less damage. I mean, what is there for chaff clear? It's just the Arclights, right? Loose Crawlers would have been an even better call. I think Loose Crawlers would have been better, guys, against this board. What do you think? I think Loose Crawlers actually would have wrecked Laomam this game. I could be wrong on that, though. Stormcaller's coming in. The dodgy Crawler's doing good. Orbital Battery doing what it can. He did reposition the Orbital to the left side, like I said I would have wanted to go for. But the barriers are stopping the worst of it. And these Phoenix, the energy shield, allowing them to survive the Orbital Bombard. Wow, the Phoenix. That's why you go energy shield. It's to stop these spells from killing you, isn't it? Forgot about that one. That's one. I don't run energy shield on my Phoenix, so I forgot what that was for. And this is... man, the Melters are tracking. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, the Crawler production making such a big difference. And look, an extra round of Crawlers just came out of them. Wow. Okay. Okay, the Melters are going to clean this up. 3 Melters look like they'll survive. Yep, 3 Melters surviving. That's going to be 1350 damage plus a few Phoenix. It's going to put Laomam within lethal. Both next round decides it almost certainly. 554 life for HorribleWill, 900 for Laomam. Incredibly close game. Oh, what do you... I think balls? Unironically, Laomam has to take balls here. Balls are amazing because the Melters aren't split shot. And even though the Vulcans do pretty good damage, there's only 2 of them. I actually think balls are really good. Especially if you go armor balls, though. I think Laomam doesn't run that. And looks like balls get picked as well on the other side. Yeah, both sides are going to take balls, guys. 3 level 2 squads of balls. Great delayed chaff. Potential to lock on something and do big damage, but generally just a really good set of extra chaff deployment type units to get in there. Chat saying EMP Farseers might be better. I don't think EMP Farseers connect on anything important in this game. I considered it for a moment in my head, and I was like, I think with the Melters and the Phoenix gunning units down from so far away, there's no way a Farseer gets in range to connect with anything. So I think the balls makes much more sense, because there's no scorpions, there's no big explosive, no punch fortress, there's nothing that's just going to one-shot a ball squad, which is why it's a good choice for both sides. Now, shields up front are going to block the oil. This oil, though, from Laomam could be a game winner. That's going to block a lot of these units on the left from coming through. Energy shield, Wasp, pivot. Up against, because the Mustangs aren't that leveled, but is it worth... I mean, the fact is, there is still 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of squads of Mustangs, 1 level 2. They've got range, they've got anti-missile, and they're going to level after this turn. But I guess it's all over this turn anyway, right? So who cares about next turn and giving experience? It's all about now or never. You can see some Wasps have been mobile beaconed to come in as delayed chaff on the sides of HorribleWill. Oil is not getting ignited. There it is. Finally gets ignited. The balls coming through for both sides. Those delayed level 2 balls coming through from both sides. Will they lock onto anything important? Doesn't really look like they'll be able to, given a chance to charge up. Mostly just acting as chaff in this game. Melters not really able to lock onto anything important yet, but look at this. Delayed Wasps. Delayed Wasps do a pretty good job. They cop an anti-air missile, but they're delaying a big set of Phoenix volleys. Those left side Phoenix are meant to be killing the Vulcan and the Melter. Those delayed Wasps may be round winners. In the middle, the last fortress is about to fall. The Melters still stand strong. Yes, there's Phoenix here, but there is also Mustangs and Stormcallers acting as chaff, allowing the Melters to finish them off, and that's going to be a killing blow for HorribleWill. Dude, holy crapsicles. What a sick game this was. A very good best of 3, and it's really sad for Laomam. Laomam's going to go out here, top 8 in the tournament. Deserves to be applauded. Will be going out in that 7th and 8th position. Unfortunately, last in the group, but they put up a really, really good battle attempt. And bloody nice attempt there.